Hi, my name is Tara and I'm with the Walla Walla Valley Farm to School program. Today we're at Green Park Elementary School Garden. I'd really like to take a minute to thank all of our supporters that help us be here today. Today we're going to be learning a little bit about flowers, and we'll do a little dissection experiment to learn about the different parts of the flowers. Today we're going to be learning a little bit about flowers in the garden. Now, flowers are so beautiful and they come in all different sizes and shapes and colors and smells and textures, and all of that is for a very good reason. Flowers depend on something called pollinators to help them make seeds and fruits and reproduce for next year, next season. Pollinators encompass a whole variety of animals and even processes like wind or rain. But today we're going to be focusing on animal pollinators. Have you ever heard of the word pollinator before? What springs to your mind? Well, I can tell you that a lot of the animal pollinators in our garden are birds and insects such as bees and butterflies. Now, a pollinator is really important because they use something in the flower called pollen. Pollen is what a flower needs to have in order to reproduce, to create seeds for next year. And we'll talk about that when we dissect our flower and the different parts of the flower. So, if a flower needs a pollinator in order to spread pollen to different flowers, it needs to be able to attract the pollinator. And flowers are attractive to pollinators for the same reason that they're attractive to us. Pollinators can be attracted to the beautiful color or the shape, size, smell, feel of a flower, just like us. Before we start our flower experiment today, I'm going to take you on a little tour of the garden so you can see the types of flowers that we have growing right now. Here we have a beautiful purple lupine plant. A lupine is related to a pea. The purple is the petal. And to pollinate this flower, a bee or insect has to go into the flower to get to the pollen and the nectar. I bet you all know what this is. It's a sunflower. The sunflower is a very special type of plant. Sunflowers are related to dandelions and zinnias and calendulas and many other different types. Now, the sunflower is actually something called a composite flower, which means it has tons of tiny little flowers inside. Each petal is actually a flower of its own. Now this is a tomato flower. When this flower is pollinated, it will eventually become a little tomato fruit. Over here is a squash flower. It's probably already been pollinated, so that's why it doesn't look so good right now. Once a flower is pollinated, the plant doesn't need to spend energy on the flower part anymore, and it can start producing the seed, or in this case, a squash. As you can see, we've already got some squashes growing. Now that we've looked at some of the flowers in the garden, it's time to do a little flower dissection. So I've picked one of the flowers in the garden that's called a nasturtium. The nasturtiums are really cool. They're edible. They're very spicy when you eat them. So just looking at this flower, what kind of animal do you think would pollinate a nasturtium? I'll give you a hint. See this back here? This back of the flower is actually where the nectar is, or the nectary. Now something with a long beak would need to go back there. So it could be some type of butterfly with a long tongue, something like that. Okay, so now it's time to dissect. Let's take a closer look at this flower with our magnifying lens. All right, we can kind of see inside. Once we take the flower apart, it'll be a lot easier to see inside. Okay, so for this, you need just a piece of paper and some tape and something to write with, because we're going to label our parts of the flower. Okay, so we're going to start by taking off the petals. This is pretty easy on this flower. Just be gentle. Okay, and now What's left, it looks like a petal, but this is called the sepal. It's kind of the protective part of the flower. So we can take that off too. Got that great nectary in there. Take it off. Okay, and now we are left with two parts of this flower. Now you can see, get my tweezers. You can see this right here. This holds the pollen on the flower, so it's the male part of the plant. It's called the stamen. Now let's take the stamens off first so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so now we're looking at the pistil, which is the female part of the flower. Now when an insect or a bird comes by and pollinates, they will bring pollen from other flowers, and that pollen will go right into the pistil, or the stigma is the top of the pistil. And then it'll go down this tube, or the style, into the ovary, which is where the seed develops. So let's take that part out too. And what have we got left? It is the mighty stem. It holds up the flower. All right, so now we are going to tape our petals. Tape our sepals. Let's try to gather up all of our stamens, tape them together. And then tape our pistil here. And last, we'll tape our stem. Okay, and now, see if we can remember everything and label. Now here's our lovely flower diagram. Now if you'd like to do this at home, there's a worksheet available in the link below. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned a thing or two about flowers. See you next time. Bye-bye.